up your feet for heaven's sake, and don't squint. I told you not to look at the sun.
Yes, Mama.
That's better. Sextimus! If I told you once, I told you 100,000 times. I will not have you playing these foolish games and running around the halls. It just isn't dignified. We are the rulers of the kingdom, and if we don't set a proper example for the rest of the court, I'd like to know who will. I mean, what is the point of being a ruler if one isn't going to behave as a ruler should?
Mama?
Now what?
Mama, when am I going to get my princess?
Dauntless, I don't want to discuss that now. It's time for your go-go.
Well, Mama, sometimes I get the feeling that you don't want me to get married.
What? Don't want you to get married? Don't want you to get married? Dauntless, don't you trust me?
Of course, Mama, but we've been through 12
Well, then how can you say such a thing? I want you to get married. How many times have I said to you I want you to get married? Only this morning I said to your father, Sextimus, I want that boy to get married. It just isn't normal for a boy that age to stay single, and after all, he's a prince. I said, don't forget, he's next in line with the throne. I mean, we're not exactly the oldest people in the world. But on the other hand, we are going to live forever, and I just know I feel much better, much easier, and much more relaxed in my mind if that boy were married and settled and set. And that is absolutely verbatim exactly what I said to your father this morning. Of course, he didn't say anything, but he never does. You know him just as well as I do. I don't have to tell you how impossible he is, but that's my cross of pain. I don't want you to worry your head one tiny bit about the fact that your father and I don't get along and ever have. If he makes me miserable and makes me suffer, I'll just have to put up with it. I don't want it to affect my child's attitude towards him or me. He may be a mean, stupid, dreadful, selfish, rotten man, but he is your father, and I want you to respect him. There's only one person who really cares about you and really worries about your health and your happiness and your future, and that is exactly what I'm talking about right now, your future. And I want to make one thing absolutely clear. I want you to get married, but I don't want you to marry just anybody. After all, marriage is a lifetime partnership, and I don't want my little boy making the same mistakes I did and winding up miserable the way I did. You are a prince, and you must marry someone who's suitable, someone who's good enough and smart enough and fine enough for my nicely good, beautiful baby boy. And she has to be a princess, I mean, a real princess. That's the one thing I absolutely insist upon. She has to be a real, genuine, bona fide princess, just as I was. I mean, that's what you really want, isn't it? Someone like me? Oh, of course you do. God, if only I were 20 years younger. Just remember this. You must trust me.